It's our favorite place to be.
Love it. There's tons of great action, 12,000 square feet of betting and fun and food and drinks.
And we're going to be broadcasting live Friday, December 13th. The first 50 people in attendance will receive a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas shirt.
Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Me either. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Come see us on the 13th. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you need a driveway, garage floor, or patio? Call my guys at Maxima Concrete. They are Central Ohio's most trusted concrete company with 250 five-star ratings on Google. Maxima does over 600 projects a year, so no project is too big or complex. There is still time to get your work in this season, or if you're planning for next year, saving your spot is free because they never take deposits. Mention this ad to get $250 off your project. Schedule an estimate today by visiting MaximaConcrete.com.
From ONN, this is Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Welcome to On the Money. I am Dave Biddle, joined by my friends Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker. This is a show about sports gambling. We talk a lot of Ohio State football as well. We're going to talk a little Ohio State basketball as well. But Scotty Vegas, how you doing this evening, my friend?
I'm good. I got to ask you guys right out of the gates here. Bill Belichick to North Carolina, Rich Rodriguez back to West Virginia. How crazy is this coaching carousel already? I mean, look, when it came out, Dave, that Bill Belichick was interviewing with North Carolina, it was like, huh? Really? But the fact that this is actually getting done, it blows my mind.
I heard somebody say today, like, I'll believe this when I see the press conference, right? I was like in that camp. Like, I guess I'll believe it now. Like Bill Belichick going to college. And for those that like are wondering why in the heck would he be interested in college? He spent some time with his son, Steve Belichick, at Washington this year. He's the defensive coordinator under Jed Fish at Washington, Big Ten style. And Bill went there apparently and helped out for a few weeks and enjoyed his time immensely. And Scotty, we're moving where college football is more and more like the NFL by the day, right? And
that's well said. That's very true.
I think he's going to do well. I'm not saying like right away. I don't think he's going to be a big failure. I think he's going to do well.
Well, and let's look at it because he's going into a conference, the ACC, that's not very good, right? I mean, we saw what the conference championship game was this year. It was SMU and it was Clemson and Miami was just out of it. But this is a conference where he can go in there, get a couple guys and compete for the ACC championship right away. I really believe that. North Carolina's kind of always been that sleeping giant. I will tell you, Dave, of all the teams across the country that have kind of been talked about of, oh, maybe the Big Ten should be interested in, North Carolina to me is number one. And I know Notre Dame's right there too, but North Carolina is very, very interesting. I think they would be a perfect fit as far as a Big Ten team in school, academics, all that stuff goes with North Carolina. I think they're kind of the crown jewel. Them and Notre Dame would be the perfect way for the Big Ten to finish out expansion.
I agree with you. I've said the same thing about North Carolina. People are like, wait, what? Like, no, really? I mean, you're talking about like the flagship school in a state that continues to grow and grow and grow. It would give the Big Ten not only more of a footprint in the Atlantic Ocean area, it would give their the first really southern school. And not that you're in the deep south if you're in North Carolina. Yeah, I think North Carolina would be a good fit. They probably, if they had their druthers, would rather go to the SEC. But I think the Big Ten needs to try and make that happen.
Oh, it'd be great. And now throw in the fact that you have Bill Belichick there. Throw in the fact that they've got one of the elite basketball programs. I mean, North Carolina's absolutely humming. That'll be a fun little thing to track.
All right, so Ohio State, Scotty, it's crazy. We're 10 days away from the college football playoff here in Columbus against Tennessee. It's sneaking up on us, man.
Yeah.
And it's good. I'm glad. They needed some time off, right? They needed some time off. We'll meet with Ryan Day and some of the players next week and some of the coordinators. We're going to have media availability Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. They have not spoken since after the Michigan game. Some of the reporters are not happy about that. I understand my colleagues not being happy about that. I also understand Ohio State, like, wanting to just take a step back here for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, okay, so you're looking at the spread of Ohio State, a 7.5-point favorite over Tennessee. I kind of want to judge the room here, get Ryan's opinion as well, and you, Dave, as far as your confidence level with this game. And I'm not talking about the spread. I'm just talking to win the game. If you were to kind of rank it 1 to 10, 10 being like, yeah, I'm extremely confident Ohio State at home takes care of business and beats Tennessee and moves on, or a 1 where it's like, oh, man, actually, I think Tennessee's going to win that football game. Where would you rank it in a scale of 10 to 1 with this one?
I'm at about a 7. I think this is a good Tennessee team, but like the more and more people talk about Ohio State, how it's not going to be a tough environment, how this Ohio State team's not good, I think that's going to fire up this Ohio State team. I think they're going to beat Tennessee. I give it about a 7 out of a 10.
Ryan, where are you, 1 to 10?
So I feel like this Ohio State team doesn't, and this regime doesn't handle criticism and stuff like that well. They go try to prove people wrong instead of winning games. I'm right in the middle. I'm a 5. Like, Ohio State should win this game. I think they've got the better players. I think they've got the better roster. But this big-time environment, I don't know what we're going to see. I don't know what kind of offensive game plan we're going to get. I don't know what we're going to see from this offensive line. We're mixing and matching pieces and parts probably again. So I'm about a 5 on this.
I got to tell you, I'm kind of right where Ryan is as far as 5 goes, because I'm worried about 2 things. 1, Tennessee can really run the football. They have a really, really good running back, and they have a great defensive line. And those are 2 things that spell trouble for Ohio State. So that's why I'm kind of in that 5 territory. But I will say this, guys, and maybe I'm crazy, Dave. I want to get what your thoughts on this. I do believe that if Ohio State gets by Tennessee in the first round, I think they're going to go on and beat Oregon. I went back this week and I actually rewatched that Ohio State-Oregon game from earlier in the year. And let's face it, Ohio State didn't play a very good football game in that game. Had every opportunity to win that game too. I just believe if they can get the monkey off their back, win at home, win that first game, gain some confidence, get some playoff experience, I like their chances to beat Oregon in the next game. But I'm still worried about this Tennessee game first.
Very well put. I think Ohio State becomes dangerous if they beat Tennessee, and that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. And, yeah, because like they'll go into the Oregon game as an underdog. Even though they were favored actually in Eugene earlier this year, they'll be an underdog this time around against Oregon. Ohio State's very dangerous as an underdog, but they've got to get through this dangerous Tennessee team. And as you kind of alluded to, they're almost like a SEC version of Michigan.
Yes, they are.
You know, like a better version, right? I mean, Nico's not having a great year, but he's better than Davis Warren. Davis Warren beat Ohio State, and they've now listen, their defensive line's really good. They've got one, Pierce is going to be a first-round pick, their edge rusher. Not as good as Michigan's defensive line when you have Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant and Stewart. But I think overall, Tennessee's defense is actually better than Michigan's. They don't have those 2 stud first-round D tackles, but they still have a fantastic defensive line. Again, not quite on Michigan's level, but I think their secondary, especially when you take Will Johnson out of the mix, I think Tennessee's secondary is better. So you're facing basically a better version of the team that just beat you. But again, Scotty, I've never seen a worse offensive game plan in my life. And what made that worse, Ohio State, Michigan, was the lack of adjustments. It'd be one thing if you went into like, hey, we're going to bang our head against the wall. We're going to win this game by beating Michigan at their own game. We're going to play man ball. That's not working. You never adjust. Man, it wouldn't have taken much for Ohio State to win that game. And I get it. If Jaden Fielding makes his field goals, yada, yada. Okay. How about don't leave it to any doubt? Wasn't that like their whole like mantra, like leave no doubt? And
yes,
they played tight as heck against Michigan. So I think they're going to be okay against Tennessee. And you're right. If they get past the Vols, they're going to be a dangerous team.
So that's such a good point, and it's something I hadn't thought about. But we heard so many times the theme of the year was don't let it come down to one play or one call or one thing like that. Just, show no doubt. And obviously they left a lot of doubt in that one. Now, just real quick before we take a break, I want to look at Tennessee because I don't know how many people watched a lot of Tennessee football this year. So they had kind of an interesting schedule. So they kind of started out the year 4 wins, put up a ton of points in the first few games. And then you got to the middle of the year, you got into SEC football, and then their offense really started to struggle. Like, they weren't scoring a lot of points. They lost to a really, really bad Arkansas team. Okay, Arkansas ended up the year 6-6, and they lost 19-14 in that game. Got it together a little bit, beat Alabama. That's their one signature win on the year. But Dave, that is really their only win that's noteworthy, is beating Alabama, because the rest of the way they played Georgia and they lost that one. If you take away that Alabama win, they really haven't beaten anybody other than that.
I'm curious what the updated national championship odds look like. Are you?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's take a look at those next on the money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy! Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
If you've got a national championship ticket out there on Ohio State, the odds got a little bit tougher for Ohio State to win it all when the bracket came out. Obviously, having to play Tennessee, and then Oregon would be the next game, and then potentially you're talking Texas, and then there's quite the road to get a national championship. But Ohio State's odds to win it all are still the fourth best in this 12-team bracket. They are 5-1 at ESPN Bet, 5-1 for Ohio State. The favorite, we've got co-favorites. It's Oregon and Texas at plus 350. Right behind them, with a quarterback questionable situation, is Georgia at 4-1. And then maybe the team that benefited the most when this bracket came out was Penn State getting a nice little road, and they are plus 650 to win it all. Notre Dame plus 850, Tennessee 25 to 1.
There is a massive jump from 6 to 7.
Yep.
Look at the difference between
Huge
Notre
jump.
Dame and Tennessee. They're basically telling you 6 teams have a chance.
Okay, so let's look at the first round matchups though, because I want to get there, guys. And obviously, you've got Clemson at Texas. That one is Texas is an 11-point favorite. You've got Ohio State, a 7.5-point favorite over Tennessee. You've got Penn State, a 9-point favorite over SMU, and Notre Dame is a 7.5-point favorite over Indiana. If you were to take all of the favorites, okay, all the home teams, all of the favorites, just take them on the money line. If you're new to sports betting, that means just to win the game, you can get 2-1 on all 4 favorites winning in round 1. I want to ask you both. Do you think that's good value? Do you believe that all 4 favorites win in round 1?
I don't think it's good value. Like, I think there's a good chance all 4 favorites will win, but I don't like 2-1. If you gave me 4-1 odds, I'd be like, okay, I'll sign up for that. But 2-1, not good enough. I think there will be an upset. Hopefully it's not here in Columbus. I won't be surprised if we have an upset in the state of Indiana.
Ooh.
In the Indiana Super Bowl over there.
Yep. All right, Ryan.
Seriously.
2-1, good value?
I don't love it because I don't think there's any way that we get chalk. I think the only one that I'm super confident, like lock it in, is going to win is Texas. But I could definitely see a world where SMU beats Penn State. I already told you I'm 50-50 on this matchup with Ohio State, Tennessee. And heck, Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois. I think Indiana's probably a little better than them, so maybe it's not likely, but...
So, guys, I'm with you guys. I don't like the value on the 2-1 either, because I look up and down this board, and actually, it wouldn't shock me if Clemson beats Texas.
I was going to say, do we know, is Maffa, is he okay? Is he still hurt?
Well, he played in the ACC championship game. He was banged up.
He'll play.
But you're talking about an extra week off.
And again, Texas has not. What's
they
their
haven't beat
quality
anybody.
win? Texas A&M.
Yeah,
who ended up being unranked.
They have not beat anybody.
That's
Dave.
the thing, man. And that's why I was shocked that Texas has tied for the best odds to win the national championship. Obviously, it's because they have favorable draw. But I'm with you, man. I won't be surprised if they lose that first round game to Clemson. Not that Clemson's good, but not that Texas is that good. This is why, if you're an Ohio State fan, again, get by that first round game, which won't be easy. The Buckeyes have a good chance here. They enter the playoffs with the 4th best odds to win it. You get by that first game. There's not a juggernaut in college football this year. Oregon's the best team, right, on paper. Ohio State went to Eugene at night, lost by 1 point in a game they really should have won. Man, if the Buckeyes can just get motivated, if their mental state is where it needs to be, and 2 years ago gives me hope. Even though they didn't beat Georgia, at least they got motivated, and to me, they outplayed Georgia. Man, if they can get mentally motivated, if they're in the right mental spot, Scotty, I think they can make a run here.
I'm with you. And okay, so we got the 4 first-round games. The one that you're most excited to watch other than Ohio State and Tennessee, the one you're most excited about, think about it. We're going to talk about it when we come back. This is On the Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew. You said it, Dave. But a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible. That's right. You got to pause before you play. Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky. And pausing to set limits is an all-star move. That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop. Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Getting a live Christmas tree to plant after the holidays? Well, here are some tips. In the house, keep it away from heat sources that could wake it up out of dormancy. You don't want that. Dig your hole now before the ground freezes. Or if you plan to wait till spring, you need to protect roots from extreme cold with mulch or straw. And move it from the warm house to an unheated area like a garage temporarily to make the transition outside more gentle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Ohio chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
So, Scotty, should we do like some type of like fantasy football thing for the college football playoff where we do like a draft?
You know, it's a betting contest. Sign me up. I'm in.
Do you think we could talk Ryan Baker into doing it?
He's tough. You think he would like to do
I think he likes football
contest?
and he likes gambling, though.
Depends on what's on the line here.
Oh, jeez. As a man who we still owe a steak dinner to.
Yes.
And it looks like
we had plans. We couldn't do it. It wasn't open.
I know.
It wasn't our fault.
We're going to go to the Final Cut Steakhouse at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Yes.
Celebrate the fact that Ryan won the baseball contest that ended like 4 months ago.
Yep.
At some point, he's going to get that steak dinner.
He will. He for sure will. And actually, that probably worked out well. We didn't need to like shoehorn that in last Sunday when we did our show out there. Always love doing our shows out there. Ryan's steak dinner needs to be its own thing.
Yeah.
And of course, afterwards we'll go and we'll bet on sports and have fun. But we'll take him out to First Cut. All right. As teased, what game are we most excited to see in the first round of the CFP? Other than Ohio State, Tennessee, obviously. Although, as some might say, like, Ohio State's just going to be booing their, their players and everything. This game should be in Neyland Stadium. Wrong. The game I'm looking forward to probably, I know I'm being a Big Ten guy here, is probably SMU at Penn State. I'm very curious about that. And everybody that's like, oh, Penn State's got an easy road. Listen, I'm not predicting that SMU's going to win. I bet that'll be a close game, and I won't be surprised if SMU wins.
Yeah, SMU's got a great, entertaining quarterback, too. Jennings is fun to watch. I will tell you the game that I'm most excited to watch, though, is Indiana and Notre Dame. Okay, because we've always wondered all season long, is this Indiana team legit? Can they actually do anything? And then they come to Columbus, and Ohio State destroys them in the second half, right? And so the question is, though, is Notre Dame legit? Because they lose early in the year to Northern Illinois, play a relatively easy schedule, don't beat anyone great, and they end up as the 7th seed. So I love this matchup, Indiana, Notre Dame. And, guys, I just think it's going to be great to start out the 12-team playoff on a Friday night with a matchup like that. That's going to be cool.
By the way, if this has convinced me, you need to get the gavel out. He just convinced me. I actually am more interested in the Indiana Super Bowl than Penn State SMU. Go ahead, Mr. Baker.
It's very hard because both of those games are kind of that David versus Goliath feel, but that's definitely what we're getting in the SMU matchup. And you mentioned their quarterback, who's fun. I think their head coach, Rhett Lashley, is pretty fun too as well. So I think it's that one for me. SMU, Penn State. Can the Ponies keep up with the Nittany Lions? And I think they can. And Dave, I'm with you. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an upset in this one.
And that's the thing, and it's what is it? That's the noon game, right?
But it's a whiteout.
Right, but we know that the noon whiteouts are not the 8 o'clock whiteouts.
Not the same. Nope.
And let's talk about Ohio State. What do you guys expect from the crowd? I feel like Buckeye fans, are sick of hearing, we don't make this a loud environment. And listen, that is true. It wasn't loud enough for Michigan. Although you come out with that awful game plan offensively and then you don't adjust, what do you expect the fans to do? I think Buckeye fans are going to rally around this team. The fact that it's a night game, my friends, I expect a raucous environment. And by the way, it'll be obviously like most Buckeye fans. Tennessee travels well. There'll be a decent amount of orange in there, but I expect this to be a loud, raucous environment in 10 nights.
Especially since they figured out the pre-sale code. Yeah. There's going to be quite a few of them there.
Okay, guys. When everybody talks about this home campus site playoff deal, the dream was that Southern teams were going to have to come up to Big Ten country and play in Big Ten country. Now, Tennessee's not the same as Alabama and Florida and those warm states. Tennessee has cold nights and cold winters as well. But everybody dreamed of SEC teams coming up to Big Ten country. Well, this is your opportunity, right? You have the opportunity to host a first-round playoff game. This is an Ohio State team that can get on a roll, has the ability to win a national championship based on their talent. So I'm hoping that crowd is crazy, but I will say you better get off to a good start, because if Ohio State doesn't get off to a good start, it could turn ugly as far as the fans go.
And that's what I was going to say. And the fans have been asked for quite a bit here recently. Not only are the fans being asked for their dollars and NIL money to contribute to all this bogus stuff, but Ryan Day begged the fans heading into the Indiana game, begged them for a week to show up. And they did. And I think that the fans showed up as well for Michigan. Just the product you put on the field wasn't good to keep them in. You flipped the fans on you, honestly, with that. So you're right, Scotty. I think they have got to get off to a good start. We can't have what we saw in Michigan, because the vitriol from the fans is going to come out. And I've pushed back on this for the fans. Yeah, you've wanted the SEC here. Let's go. I don't think this is an advantage for Ohio State, though, anymore, because we're not built that way. Ohio State is built as a perimeter team. They're a fast team. People have used the term a Ferrari. So that whole argument is gone right now. I know it's been there for years, but it's not there right now for this Ohio State team.
Hard to argue with that.
Yeah, a lot of good points.
Still, I would much, much rather this be at the Horseshoe than Neyland Stadium.
Of course.
That's why it's so ridiculous. I feel like people have had some trash takes lately. Up next is That's Trash on the Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, it's our favorite place to be.
Love it. There's tons of great action, 12,000 square feet of betting and fun and food and drinks.
And we're going to be broadcasting live Friday, December 13th. The first 50 people in attendance will receive a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas shirt.
Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Me either. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Come see us on the 13th. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
During the Ram Wrap Up the Year sales event, take advantage of huge deals on a wide selection of Ram trucks. Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $469 a month for 42 months with $3,652 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 1-2.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum.
If you've been too busy to sign up for your health insurance plan, it's understandable. It's also why there's Health Markets. At healthmarkets.com, you can see the plans available to you and even speak to a licensed insurance agent. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. They'll answer your questions, and when you're ready, even help you apply. Just dial pound 250 and say Health Markets. Getting your new health insurance plan could be easier than you think. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. In this Christmas, don't spend time slaving over a hot stove, trying to produce a meal that's probably going to fall short of expectations. Enjoy that time with your family and let Bob Evans do the cooking for you. That way you can sit down and watch that holiday movie you love with your friends and family. Their farmhouse feast is going to have you covered, whether it's the pot roast, the ham, the turkey, all the sides, or that delicious pie. Enjoy it with your friends and family. Go to bobevans.com to pre-order your Christmas meal today.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
So I've really missed the That's Trash segment. It's been a few weeks since we've done it, so we're going to bring it back. And I asked Ryan during the break, all right, so do you have a few things for That's Trash? And he's like, he started rattling off. He's got like 6 or 7 things planned.
Some of the things he probably shouldn't say.
He's been working up for this segment. I've got 3 or 4 things. I know you've got a couple as well. So let's do it. That's Trash. Hit it, Ryan.
Take out the papers and the trash. You don't get no spending cash if you don't scrub that kitchen floor. You ain't gonna rock and roll no more.
That's trash.
All right, so this is where I'm going to head to start out the That's Trash segment. I want to talk about the attendance at Ohio State Hoops games. Okay, so again, I know that here in Columbus, a lot of people don't pay attention to Ohio State basketball until football ends. I get it, right? It's hard to pay attention, and there's a lot of entertainment dollars out there, and I understand. But I was at the Ohio State Rutgers game. And it was a Saturday afternoon game. It was a 12 o'clock start. And it was the day of the Big Ten championship game, right? So Buckeye fans, no excuse because Ohio State football wasn't playing in the Big Ten championship game later that day. And I'm there, and Ohio State's playing Rutgers, and it's a Big Ten matchup, big game. You got a kid, Harper, who's expected to be a top 10 pick in the NBA draft. And I'm there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, gosh, this place is empty. Like, this is crazy to me. This is a good matchup, a big game. We got a new coach. It's a new era here of Ohio State hoops. And I'm looking around, and on a Saturday afternoon game, it's half full.
I was going to say, what was the attendance?
They listed at 10.
Okay,
they listed at 10,000.
Probably like 7,000 butts in the seats, maybe.
And I'm looking at that upper bowl, and I could probably count 10 butts in seats in the upper bowl. And I hate it. I hate that because, I am excited about this Jake Diebler era. I know they were coming off a loss to Maryland, but I'm still pumped and excited for this team. I hope that we start seeing a little bit more support for Ohio State hoops. I thought the attendance for that Saturday afternoon game was trash.
When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash.
All right, guys. I have been reading a lot about my Reds and some of the things Tito Francona is saying, and that is far from trash. I am just elated that Tito Francona is the Reds manager. But I'll hear him say things, and I'm like, yeah, yes. I'm like, wait, why didn't David Bell do that? So, you know what's trash? I know Ryan's just going to nod his head at this. Is the Reds wasted the last 6 years with David Bell, who basically has the charisma of a robot. Maybe a robot whose batteries are not working. And now the Reds somehow, I can't even believe this. It's why I'm going to spring training, not to try out for the team, but to just be a fan and go down there for the first time ever. It's because they have a Hall of Fame manager now. I actually feel good for the Guardians. Like, I'd feel bad for them if they lost a Hall of Fame manager and then replace him with some like scrub or whatever. How about the Guardians? Tito retires for a year and comes back, and you still have the AL Manager of the Year. So good for the Guardians, good for the Reds. But David Bell was absolute trash.
I'm actually not sure what took you so long on that one.
You know I always agreed with you. I was just trying to hope for the best. I never liked him.
So, guys, we found out today that some kind of representative from up in the northern Ohio area has put out a bill, the OHIO Sportsmanship Act, where it says that you cannot plant a flag or a flagpole in the center of the field.
I thought this was a joke when I saw this.
At the shoe, or you get charged with, I believe it was a 5th-degree felony, which is like time in jail and $1,000 fine or something like that. It is just ridiculous. Here, how about this? You want to stop someone from planting a flag on your field? Why don't you beat them? And why don't you beat them so bad that they don't even think about bringing a flag with them next time because of the butt whooping that you gave them? This makes Ohio and Ohio State, even though Ohio State has nothing to do with it in this football program, it makes all of us look soft as can be. And let's go a little further with this. Can we keep government out of sports, please? Don't you have more important things in this world to worry about? Like, I hope wherever Josh Williams, wherever he presides, I hope there's no potholes in his road. I hope there's no trash on the side of the road. I hope the city parks are perfect. And I hope the homeless people are all taken care of, because he has time to worry about planting flags in the middle of Ohio State. This bill is trash.
That's why I don't read the newspaper, because it's garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
Well done, Ryan Baker. That may have been the best That's Trash that we've ever had, because I 100% agree. Like that. Okay, so I was driving home and I threw on a podcast, a college football podcast, and I had not heard this story today, and they were talking about it, and I'm like, wait a second. This is fake, right? This is
they got
not
this from
true.
The Onion, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a complete
Seriously, I did too.
joke.
I saw it on Twitter. I'm like, this is a joke.
And then I continue looking into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is serious.
What's this guy's name? Josh Williams?
I believe it's Josh Williams.
Oh my gosh.
He's from like Sylvania.
Jeez. I mean, way to embarrass us, Josh Williams. Like, what are you doing? It just makes Ohio State look soft by these. Like, what are you doing? Like, awful by Josh Williams.
We used to say that the trash segment was sponsored by the replay officials, the college football replay officials. Maybe we say now that the trash segment is sponsored by Josh Williams, if that's his real name. But anyway,
if that's his real name.
We've got a lot more things to talk about that's trash, and we're going to continue to do so next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay, where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm warm. I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit greatlakeskia.com for details.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
So, guys, this genius that wants to make it a felony for flag planting in college football. By the way, you can't even plant the flag on a artificial turf, but that's neither here nor there. So, like, Scotty, so if this gets passed into law, and by the way, kill me if it does, are they going to arrest somebody right on the field? Like if an opposing player tries to plant the flag at Ohio Stadium, or the cops going to go out there and arrest him and charge him with a felony? This is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It is. And if you're new to this, okay, it's Josh Williams, Ohio State representative.
What up, Josh Williams?
And again, he's introducing this flag planting, making it illegal at Ohio Stadium. It's one of the most ridiculous things that I've seen. And you're right. Like, if it happens, do you have a cop ready to go with pepper spray and handcuffs? I mean, you got to be kidding me. To the pokey.
Oh my gosh. I live across the street from a Columbus cop who does a great job. I can't wait to talk to him about this. I can't wait to talk to him about this. But all right, let's start with get back to some more of That's Trash. You're up, my friend.
Well, okay. So I got to tell you, I was at the Ohio State-Michigan game. And guys, we have a major issue at Ohio Stadium. And it's if you have to go potty, which generally most people at some point during a 3.5-4 hour game, they're going to have to go.
Have to go potty.
Okay.
You got to go potty, honey?
You got to go potty.
So here's the deal. I waited in line. I had to go 3 times during the game. 3 times. And I probably...
That's not Ohio Stadium's problem.
But
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. I'm lightheaded.
That's when it's time to call your sponsor. Go ahead.
Okay. So I get in and I have to go. And it was a 20-minute wait to get in to use the restroom. It was a 20-minute wait.
Now we know what women feel like. Seriously.
And then the game starts, okay? And I've tried to time it so that there's no way I have to go until right before halftime. So I wait till halftime. Guys, it took 30 minutes in line at halftime before I could finally go to the bathroom. And this isn't a long bathroom experience. This is supposed to be one of those quick ones, in and out. And it was not.
They still have the horse troughs, or they?
No.
Just
and I
regular
missed
urinals.
Regular urinals.
That's the thing. The horse troughs were That was like, efficiency right there.
I missed, I know.
Disgusting, but efficient.
I missed 3 minutes of the second half, the start of the second half, because I was waiting in line to go to the bathroom. And then I've got my young son who's 9 years old, and he's got to go. And he's like, this is an emergency situation. And I'm like, what do I tell my kid? You just have to go in your pants? I mean, Ohio Stadium has got to fix this, because this is a humongous problem, because there was a lot of people that had issues with this, had to wait a long time to go to the bathroom at Ohio Stadium. That's got to be fixed. Ryan, waiting in that line as long as I did to have to go to the bathroom at Ohio Stadium, that's trash.
Take out the trash. Scotty, It was the wind's fault. That's what I heard. I've heard everything was the wind's fault that day.
Did you win the rushing battle, though? Nothing else matters. Sorry. One of my friends is like taking that, and one of the guys on the beat, I won't name his name, but he's like, everything is now like, oh, but Penn State won the rushing battle in the Big Ten championship game, so they should print T-shirts. Big Ten championship game, rushing battle of champions. No, I get it. Okay, so here's my that's trash. The way they came up with the buys, and that's low-hanging fruit at this point, but we talked about it all offseason. We were like, why are they doing the buys like this? And I was thinking, hopefully it just works out the way it's supposed to. Top 4 teams get the buys. Or you have Boise State and Arizona State getting a bye. Unbelievable. Whoever came up with the idea of how to do the buys, in my opinion, should never be allowed to come up with any more ideas the rest of their life about anything. That's trash.
All right, guys, I have 2 here, but I'm going to get to this one because it's a little more pertinent right now. Lane Kiffin had some pretty good comments at the Gator Bowl teleconference yesterday about the transfer portal and Duke having to deal with losing their starting quarterback before this bowl game. And he basically said you would never see the NFL getting ready for their playoffs and have a free agency window open where they're having to worry about their teams. Like Ohio State right now, you're losing Gabe Powers, Kojo Antwi, and you're losing Jaden Ballard. Those 3 we all know are in the portal. Miles Walker as well, an
Devin
offensive
Brown,
lineman.
although he's
Devin
staying.
Brown says he's staying. He's not entering till after.
He's burning boats.
Which who knows? Who knows what that could cause? Like, are you still going to give him reps instead of getting Julian Sand ready or whatnot? Who knows? But these guys, not only are they key contributors on special teams, but they're also reps for like scout teams and stuff and bodies and more. Gabe Powers was a guy that we saw get linebacker time and really kind of held his own and whatnot. The transfer portal window being open right now is kind of ridiculous. The teams have to go to a college football playoff and worry about their roster changing along the way. Now, I understand injuries happen and you have to worry about that. But to me, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And then let's couple that with having to deal with a signing day heading into conference championship weekend and these playoffs and stuff. This calendar for college football is trash.
I love it because it's trash.
Our boy's on fire. He's completely right.
Well,
all right.
You need a college football commissioner. I really do believe that. Why can you not? The NFL has one. All the major sports have one. Why can we not have a major college football commissioner? And it should be the 3 of us. We could do it together.
Okay, I was going to say that is actually a good idea. Also, my friend and colleague Josh Pate has been angling for that for like 2 years to be the commissioner of college football.
He'd be great too.
I would
after us.
I would endorse that. Right. If we decide we don't want the job, I think Josh Pate should get it. All right. Up next, we're going to talk a little Ohio State men's basketball on the money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Getting a live Christmas tree to plant after the holidays? Well, here are some tips. In the house, keep it away from heat sources that could wake it up out of dormancy. You don't want that. Dig your hole now before the ground freezes. Or if you plan to wait till spring, you need to protect roots from extreme cold with mulch or straw. And move it from the warm house to an unheated area like a garage temporarily to make the transition outside more gentle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Ohio chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Ryan Baker. We appreciate you guys riding with us tonight. Let's talk a little Ohio State men's basketball. Big game on Saturday in Atlanta against number 2 Auburn. Okay, I'm not seeing a spread yet, but if you look at ESPN's Basketball Power Index, they give the Buckeyes just a 23% chance of winning this game on Saturday, 1 o'clock, which means using math, Scotty, Auburn has a 77% chance of winning. But hey, man, I mean, maybe the Buckeyes can get hot from 3 and win this game.
So what a schedule, by the way, for Jake Diebler coming in year 1. You get Texas, who's a really good team. You get Texas A&M. You get Pittsburgh, who's a really good team, definitely a tournament team. You got Auburn on the schedule. You got Kentucky on the schedule. And then, oh, by the way, the Big Ten is really, really, really good. It's so unbelievable scheduling. Now, here's the deal with Auburn. Right now, they, as you said, they're a top 5 team, the number 2 in the country. And then in just another week, you're also playing another top 5 team in the country in Kentucky. So just a wild, wild ride. Now, the good news is you are going to be getting Aaron Bradshaw back. We don't know specifically when he's going to be fully back and ready to go and full basketball activities. But the deal is, thank goodness he's back, right? Because that was the issue for Ohio State. Devin Royal came in and played spectacular.
I love his progress, yes.
In a big way, Dave. But you could absolutely tell that Ohio State needed to get their big man back. And Aaron Bradshaw coming back is going to be huge for this team long-term going forward. And Ohio State's going to actually benefit. The fact that they got some minutes for Austin Parks, that Sean Stewart played, and that Devin Royal got the opportunity to step up and get more minutes. I think in the long run, this is going to work out okay for Ohio State.
And we don't know for sure if Bradshaw's going to play on Saturday, right?
Correct.
Coach Diebler said he still has to kind of work his way back. And people are like, well, what does that mean? Like, if he either is guilty or he's innocent. It's like, no, he could be innocent of a crime, but maybe broke a rule that Jake Diebler had. Both could be true, right? And it sounds like that's what it is. Probably something that Jake Diebler's not thrilled with, but it didn't like escalate to committing a crime. So hopefully Bradshaw's back on Saturday, but it's no sure thing.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows if we'll ever fully know exactly what the deal was with it. But the fact that he's back, that's huge. I was actually in a meeting here at the radio station, and I had not heard the news. Diebler actually broke it here on the Fan during his call-in show.
Yes.
And which was very cool. But I had not heard it, and I was in a meeting at about 2 hours after he announced it, and somebody was like, "Okay, yeah, Bradshaw's back," and I'm like, "Whoa! Stop the meeting," because they wanted to keep talking about other things. I'm like, whoa! Bradshaw's back? Yes. And I was doing fist pumps, and they're like, "What is wrong with you?" But
he's not Greg Oden, right?
No, but it is.
He's not even
deal.
that good.
He's a good player.
He's okay.
Dave, he's 7-1.
He's okay.
I don't care. He's 7-1. Ohio State fans
okay 7-1 player.
Have been freaking out wanting a 7-footer. You get a 7-footer, and it looked like he was going to be gone. So getting him back is a big deal.
I like that the Buckeyes have him, but he's okay. He's all right.
Give him some time.
I mean, he's what we lost with Felix Okparo, right? And with a higher upside.
And 2 inches taller. Maybe not as good. He's not as good of a shot blocker as Okpara.
You know what we need to do on Sunday's show? 2 things. One, we're going to fill out a college football playoff bracket.
Yes.
All 3 of us. We're going to do a little contest where we're going to actually fill out that entire bracket and come up with stakes and put something on the line. The other thing I want to do is look at college basketball and look at the transfers out like Roddy Gale and Felix Okpara and talk a little bit about how they're doing at their new teams.
I know Dayton loves Zed Key.
And Zed Key.
You knew
and how Chris Holtman's doing at DePaul.
You knew Zed was going to be a fan favorite down there, raising the roof at UD Arena. Yeah, man. I mean, like, you still on the Diebler bandwagon?
Yes, absolutely. And I know Dusty May's doing well at Michigan.
Yeah, that's the problem. You and I both wanted Dusty May.
No, I wanted Jake Diebler. I thought that was the right hire.
Initially, I wanted Dusty May.
Yeah, I wanted Jake. I was on board with Jake immediately.
Okay. See, Scotty Vegas makes things happen in this town, in case you guys don't know.
Make nothing happen.
You make things happen.
Including more toilets in Ohio Stadium.
That is our show for this evening. We really appreciate you guys joining us. For Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker, I am Dave Biddle. This has been On the Money.
This holiday season, Capital One reminds you to give yourself the gift of 1.5% cash back with the Capital One Quicksilver Card.
Can I earn 1.5% cash back on birds?
Birds?
What if you sent your true love 2 turtle doves plus a partridge in a pear tree?
Sure, but why would anyone want that?
The song was very convincing.
Earn 1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases with the Capital One Quicksilver Card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to HIMSS.com/joy.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm warm. I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus. Bone, it's our favorite place to be.
Love it. There's tons of great action, 12,000 square feet of betting and fun and food and drinks.
And we're going to be broadcasting live Friday, December 13th. The first 50 people in attendance will receive a Common Man and T-Bone Christmas shirt.
Ooh.
I didn't get one.
Me either. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Come see us on the 13th. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The nightmare of the cleared drain. Those drain clearing specials from the other guys seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. It's done right the first time, so that nightmare of a drain becomes a dream come true. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call